Very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the Rush this afternoon. My name is Randolph Critchlow and I want to welcome you to the afternoon rush as we call it here. Welcome to those persons joining internationally in the region and right here in Guyana. Thank you very much for being a part of the broadcast this afternoon. We have lots of things to get to, lots of credible and valid information like we love to say here to unpack this afternoon. So we are going to be unpacking some credible and valid information. The Minister of Local Government, the fraudulent minister, the tin pot dictator, Nigel Dharamlall, he big and he think he got sense. He went on a visit, an outreach to Israel the other day. And we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about the lies that he posted on his page after that outreach, because it was quite interesting to see what happened on the ground and then to see what he posted. So we're going to unpack some of Dharamlall's usual lies today, and we're going to look at some other issues in the news. But like we like to do it here on the Rush in the afternoon, we like to ask you where you're joining us from this afternoon. It is our usual tradition on the show to give a shout out to those areas that are locked in and tuned to the Rush. Remember, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube at the moment, so if you prefer to look at us on YouTube, do that there. And remember to give us a subscribe, like and subscribe to the YouTube page so you get notifications when we're on. Same thing on Facebook. Give us a like so that you will know when the shows are on. Folks, let me know where you're joining us from. Let us know where you're joining us from. Joining us from Brooklyn, coming out. Let us know where you're joining us from. Thank you very much if you're joining us on YouTube or on Facebook. And remember, share the live stream as you come on. Share the live stream. Share live. We are going to be talking about some interesting topics this afternoon. So share the live stream and let us know where you're joining us from. Which part of the world? Where in the world? Where in the world are you joining us from? Barbados, Queens, Liberty Avenue in Queens. Thank you very much. Somebody said they're listening from home. NY. Canada is in the house. St. Kitts, St. Nevis. How is our folks over there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines after their recent disaster? French Guiana is in the house. Thank you very much for tuning in. New Jersey, Boston, Massachusetts, Boston Celtics. Yeah. I get this y'all too much, Boston. Thank you very much tuning in from Border. My friend there, I see you. Puerto Rico, New Jersey, California. Thank you very much for tuning in. And remember, you give an opportunity for everyone to come in, share the live stream. Let's get to that magic number, like my friend Sher Duncan like to say. Join him tonight, of course, for In the Ring. We always doing that. Let me just read out a few more. Where are these people joining us from? Good afternoon from Texas. Thank you very much. Essequibo Charity is in the house. Connecticut is in the house. St. Lucia, Corriverton, Philadelphia, Antigua and Barbuda, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Thank you very much. Tennessee. Folks tuned in from Darien, Diamond, all around Guyana. Watching from Cayenne. Thank you very much. Washington, D.C., St. Mark's, New York. Good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to the Rush. Welcome into the Rush, folks. It has been now 437 days. 437 days since the March 2nd regional and general elections of 2020, and we still do not have credible results from those elections. It has been 284 days since this administration would have been imposed and installed on the Guyanese people, and we continue to keep their feet to the fire, folks. It is with a heavy heart that I started the show with these sad numbers. But before we get to those COVID numbers, let me, because I like for our friends who are taking the time out to comment and let us know where they're joining us from to get their shout outs. Queens, Linden is in the house, Barbados, New Amsterdam, UK, Vancouver, Richmond, and that is on the Essequibo Coast. Folks, thank you very much for tuning in. Again, as I said, it is with a heavy heart that I start the show every day with these numbers. But today, our death toll is now touched 333. 333 souls have passed this COVID-19 pandemic in Guyana, and we continue to ask person 186 new COVID cases, folks, and of course we're getting this information from our friends over at Village Voice, and we encourage you to pick up your copy of the Sunday hard copy of the Village Voice. Of course, you can get every single day online, but of course on Sunday there is a hard copy of the printed copy of the Village Voice being sold at most locations where your newspapers are sold. So ensure that you pick that up. Our friends there at the Village Voice bringing us that information. Sad as it is, we have to report that 333 persons have now died. The leader of the opposition recently said that there needs to be more measures put in place. There needs to be a lockdown of strategic areas and a number of things called for so that we can kind of put the brakes on this spread of this virus and the death toll that continues to rise. But we have not heard anything yet from the installed fraudulent regime about what they're going to do with this situation. We're hoping to hear something positive, because at the end of the day, your measures are not working. The reality is that you slackened the measures when you came in, and now we see the effects of that. And so we are calling for persons to do the right thing. At the same time, we are also calling for the government to put some measures, some more stringent measures in place, so that we can take this thing, we can put the brakes on it, guys. Folks, we have to move on. Now, yesterday, a very interesting chap, I don't know if it's my favorite or my worst person to talk about, or Mr. Dharamlall, whose ministry I used to work at before the government changed, if this odd administration was installed. It's the minister responsible for local government and regional development, formerly known as the Ministry of Communities. Mr. Dharamlall has responsibility for the local governance, those local bodies that look after the interests in the region, the RDCs, not necessarily the NDCs, because the NDCs are supposed to be bodies that can run the affairs of their neighborhoods. Of course, CDCs are supposed to be non-governmental organizations, and anybody can form a CDC, so that don't necessarily fall under the office of the Minister of Local Government. But Mr. Dharamlall decided that he would take a visit to East Ranville the other day, and I want to dig. This is our story behind the story today. Mr. Dharamlall took a visit to the East Ranville community in under the guise of listening to the citizens and thinking about or putting forward suggestions of improving their community. Fortunately for us, the APNU AFC councillors who are charged with the area, along with the mayor, attended that meeting. They were present at that meeting. And I'm sure that you would have seen some of the images, but we want to bring you a piece of the video. And what transpired at the meeting, I'll let you know after this video, but listen to what the mayor had to say.
They come to make representation of all these billions. They're on the desk of the minister, and yet he never responds to the council. So what he come here to say to the people is a set of lies.
What he come to say here to the people is a set of lies. The mayor of Georgetown, who was present at the meeting, first of all, he wasn't given an opportunity to speak. as a representative of the people and the minister is there, he has a right to be at the meeting. He is the mayor. The minister is in his city. So the minister didn't want him to speak, and that caused a bit of a commotion. And after the meeting, the mayor said that, look, he made representation to the Ministry of Local Government how many months ago for help with several communities, including the one that the minister was in, including this particular community. So the minister had come now to sit down and to pull a Jagdeo like a thing that I'm going to be the savior of this community, when he has refused in the past to help the community. And we'll bring that to you. There's evidence to prove that. But let's play the video again.
That's why you don't want me to speak. Because I will put into place the council make representation. All these billions, they're on the desk of the minister.
The council made representation for all of these villages. It's on the desk of the minister. That is what he's saying. So it is disingenuous and it is in bad faith that the minister, the tin pot dictator that he is, would come and sit down and tell the citizens that somehow the city isn't doing anything for you, or they weren't aware of any requests made by the city for help for these areas. You are the government. So this went on. The mayor, he didn't want the mayor to speak, right? Let's see if we can bring that back.
He never respond to the council. So what he come here to say to the people is a set of lies. That's why he don't want me to speak.
That's why he doesn't want me to speak, because he came to tell a set of lies. This is what happened at the meeting. A number of other citizens got up and aired their concerns. And the meeting was quite chaotic. But Mr. Dharamlall, being the liar that he is, Dharamlall, apparently his name's supposed to be Dharamlall, went home last night and tried his best to spin the chaos that was his meeting. This is what he said. I had a very successful engagement with the residents of East Ranville and Warlock areas earlier this evening. We are going to help them to enhance their community and lives. Even His Worship, the Mayor, Councillor Yubraj Narayan showed up. Residents said that it was the first time he is going there and it had to take the minister to take him out. To take him there. Folks, even without doing any research, this, first of all, he tries desperately to pretend that the meeting was some sort of success. Then the second paragraph, let us think about it. Mr. Dharamlall probably believes that we do not have televisions and we do not have social media. And every time the mayor sneezes, it is on his Facebook page. Every time if the mayor has a call, we know it is on his Facebook page. I don't think that Mr. Dharamlall knew that. So by going blatantly on his Facebook page and lying about the mayor, the people say that the mayor, they never see the mayor in East Ranville. Even without any research, this seems like a fabricated story. And a poor attempt by Mr. Dharamlall to try and paint the mayor as someone who doesn't engage with the citizens. That couldn't be farther from the truth. But we're not just going to leave it like that. We're going to actually show you. So I'm hoping that Mr. Dharamlall is looking at the program where we can pull up just a simple search. His Worship, the Mayor and team from the municipality conducted site visit in the East Ranville in relation to public health issues in the area. And there we can see the mayor engaging with citizens of East Randolph. Remember, right? Remember, evidence number one. His worship, the resident said that it was the first time he has gone there. What is a simple search, Dharamlall? You know, you could try and put some effort into your lying. It is so pathetic at this point in time. Right? It is so pathetic at this point in time that the mayor, you're trying to tell us that the mayor isn't going around Georgetown, and you don't even check his Facebook page to see if he went in the area. This is the same ploy that Mr. What's his name? Jill tried when he went to, well, he didn't even go to Linden. He tell the people, but how he went, and the people said that they never see the chairman. So in case Mr. Dharamlall didn't see, and let's just say he made a mistake. Lies! Let us just show it. Somebody, if you know Mr. Dharamlall, you can tag him in this live stream or share this on his page. Right? You can share this on his page so he can see that the mayor was in the community before he was. He was there and he was doing his job as the mayor, reaching out to the people. Right. So we have that. Again, like the PPP seems to believe that we are living in the Stone Age and we don't have access to computers and to smartphones and to the internet. So we can do simple Google searches. We heard prayer about smart classrooms. Well, all you need to do is just Google smart classrooms and you'll see the amount of smart classrooms instituted by the APNUAFC. Right? People do not just take what you read and run with it. Because this is a level of duplicity. This is a level of barefacedness, bold-faced lying that a minister of government has to stoop to after a tragic meeting in East Randolph. This is a level of playground lying, like I like to call it. It's like, no, it's not me, it's you. This is a minister of government just fabricating a piece of lie and putting it on his Facebook page, his official page. Mr. Tin Pot Dictator. So, additionally, because we show you pieces of evidence now. Additionally, the mayor said that, listen, Mr. Dharamlall is claiming that he didn't know about anything going on in these communities. The mayor said, we made representation. They said that they made representation to the minister, and it is sitting on his desk. And what do you know? What did we find? We found the document that was sent by the mayor and city council to Mr. Dharamlall requesting assistance. I write to you with regards to the above subject, and this, of course, is addressed to the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, 4th Street, Kingston. This was on the 5th of August 2020, 5th of October 2020. Look at top right-hand corner, you will see the date. I'm writing to seeking help from your ministry for a few areas in the city that need urgent attention. This is since October of last year. The mayor wrote the minister asking for help. What's the first neighborhood there? East Randolph. You had North Randolph, South Randolph, West Randolph. This document is still sitting on the minister's desk. The document is still sitting on the minister's desk. Has he attempted to do anything? But he came to the meeting, didn't want the mayor to talk. He didn't want the mayor to speak. Why? Because the mayor will tell him, look, since October, I sent a letter seeking assistance for your neighborhood, and this tin pot dictator that's sitting there has not addressed it. Folks, this is the government that we're dealing with. This is the bad faith politicians that we have to deal with in the PPP. This is it. There's no buttering it up or twisting it to make it seem nice. These people are bold-faced liars. That is what they are. They will fabricate things. And there's no... This is a chief fabricator. He should be working in the foundry. You know? He's the chief fabricator. Dharamlall. You would wonder if we had cameras at this meeting. Again, it is the insult to people's intelligence that is so strange. Like, you don't believe that there were cameras there and people were videoing the meeting? You don't think that the mayor would have put out pictures there when he visited the community? So to you to come and say now that people tell you that the mayor never come to the community. Folks, this is it. Let us move on. Before we go to one more thing this afternoon, again, we're protracting the show. We're condensing the show. Right? We're condensing the show this afternoon. And I see we have some trenches in the comments. They really don't want to hear what we're saying. Well, we're happy that you're here this afternoon. And I know it will burn you when you see your beloved ministers lying barefaced. You know, but we're happy that you're here to see that they're liars, you know. Don't go anywhere, y'all. Y'all stay right on the page. Let's enjoy the show this afternoon. You know, we see the PvP trolls. We're there. We're happy that you're there. Hi. You know the song Hi Haters? Well, we're happy to bring out the information to you, show you that your so-called ministers are just liars. That's what they are. They're just liars. And they'll be lying to you also. Don't run from it, you know. Don't run from it. Don't run from the fact that they've been lying to you. Right? Probably got to do some mental exercises so that you're you know, you can be mentally fit, not mentally lazy. You can know when they're lying to you. Oh my word. I tell you, it's so funny. It's so funny. Right. Folks, let me deal with one other topic before I get to my segment. One more thing. I want to talk about, and I would like your views on the recent uproar in the nursing fraternity. And it seems as though the PPP takes pride in throwing these things in Guyanese faces. We saw on the eve of International Women's Day, during the month when we celebrated women, we saw the assault on MP Tabitha Sarabu. We saw the assault on her as we are celebrating women. The 12th of May was International Nurses Day. When we are celebrating the hard work of these nurses, we see the PPP closing down and defunding nursing schools. When we are in a global pandemic, and this is not an isolated incident. Healthcare workers have been under attack by this administration. They have been denied basic things that they're crying out for. They have been denied protective gears. They've been denied increases and risk allowances. The nurses in Linden for close to 3 months now have been calling for the removal of one inappropriate, lewd, disgusting man. That they have to work under duress as this man continues with his inappropriate behavior. The minister can't fix that simple problem. That is a simple fix. But it seems as though this man in Linden is tormenting the Linden people who didn't vote for us, so we can leave him. You do what you got to do. Because them people didn't vote for we anyhow. Contrast that to the 2 days that the sugar workers came out. And I want you to understand what is happening. During the month when we're celebrating nurses, we look around Guyana and how are the nurses being treated? How are they being treated? How are they being treated? That is a question that we need to ask. And why is it? And it seems as though, you know what, they don't care. It seems to no care at all. They're just going to do what they want to do and disrupt what they want to disrupt and send home who they want to send home. Additionally, folks, we have been seeing, and we spoke about it, and we're going to do a special report on the rise in crime situation in this country. The commissioner recently came out and said that the crime stats are not bogus, they're right. But I have suspicion, I have reasonable suspicion to believe that those numbers are not correct. That the people are not reporting all of the crimes. And we are going to be doing some serious investigation so we can reveal the real crime numbers in this country for people. Because the police force has not done anything to earn my trust. They have not done anything to make me believe that they are going to be trustworthy. They have displayed a total lack of integrity. So I don't know how to trust what the police force is saying to me or what the commission is coming out and trying to say. The same police force that had 2 elections the other day. How am I supposed to believe that you can get some numbers right? Well, folks, we're going to be revealing a lot of things. Right. So we want to say, again, welcome to those trenchies who are in the comments. Thank you very much for being here. We want to see, continue to watch the show. Continue to watch the show and maybe you can get some information. Right. Folks, let's jump right into one more thing as our time is coming down on the show. We are going to jump into a segment called One More Thing.
Give me some folk song, let me sing something now.
Right, folks, today on One More Thing, we want to, it's quite funny. And I laugh because this is our final segment of the show. And we're inviting you to join Miss Annette Ferguson after for Across the Waves. And then, of course, Mrs. Sherry Duncan this evening. But let us go. One more thing. Somebody... I heard someone describe it like this, and I will repeat his words. I wouldn't add anything to it. I wouldn't sell anything to it. The person said that Anil getting comfortable till he talk his stupidness, and he get another stupidity one correcting me. Oh boy, this is funny. Now, folks, let me just go through this for you. I found this hilarious. This is an interaction between our Attorney General, a fraudulent Minister of Legal Affairs, a man who has a mandate to take back land. He's the land grabber. So Anil said consultation, and this is you talk about consultation now. Let me bring it a little bigger so you can see. Let me take off this. Right. Consultation undoubtedly is a fundamental factor of the equation of good governance. And let's tell us about good governance. However, as a citizen, I cannot help but view the demand by the riggers. So apparently the riggers are the AP and UAFC. But it's in Anil community that we saw all of these boxes with only votes, but more votes for the PPP. And somehow the AP and UAFC are the riggers. I ain't even gonna get into that. I ain't even gonna get into that. But here we go. He's saying, but I view the demands of the riggers to be consulted on proposed elections reform as akin to intended inmates of a penitentiary demanding to be consulted on the security feature that will inhere in the construction of the penitentiary. What say you? So Mr. Roll Johnson added his voice to this. He said, hilarious. But on principle and with regard to the basic legal constitutionality, have embedded in constitutions has embedded consultation, into the system. The structure of GCOM, for example, the alleged riggers are warranted consultation. This, of course, let me repeat what my friend said. This is Anil getting comfortable and talking stupidness. And another stupid man got to correct it. Oh my God, folks, I can't. Let me break this down for you. Our fraudulent Minister of Legal Affairs believes that the opposition should not be consulted. This is the democracy, These are the guardians of democracy. These are the people who know about constitutionality and law. He doesn't believe that the AP and UAFC, who he deems as riggers, should be consulted. Mind you, it was on the East Coast that Mr. Nandalal was in charge of, that we found 49 boxes without any. It was Mr. Nandalal who was confronted on election day with allegations of sharing out ID card. But he know who riggers are. He know the riggers. I would suggest that Mr. Nandalal consult a shiny object that reflects his image. But he know who riggers are. But besides the point, Mr. Nandalal decides that, he's going to suggest that the opposition should not be consulted. So the PPP should be the only party that has anything to do with elections reform. They should reform the thing. You're bigger, you got sense. You're bigger, you got sense, Nandalal. You alone want you, so you want to consult yourself. Right? You like the man who write himself the application for the firearm thing, the police officer man. So Nandalal wants to consult himself and reform elections by himself. He doesn't want to include anybody. And here jumps in Real Johnson to remind the legal, the Attorney General of the actual law. Isn't this funny? All the irony. All the irony is Real Johnson had to remind our Attorney General that the law is that you must consult. That's what the Constitution demands. So you can't run around here all by yourself and reform elections so that everybody can participate. Everyone that is participating or is supposed to participate in the process has to have a say. Again, just like how I hope Mr. Dharamlall was watching, I'm hoping that Mr. Nandalal is looking at the program. And it's quite embarrassing, Mr. Nandalal, I'm speaking directly to you now, that you had to be schooled on the law by Ruel Johnson. It's quite sad. Quite sad. Quite sad. And it speaks of where we are. And I believe my friend when he said, Nandalal has gotten comfortable. I mean, this is what you're doing with your time, Mr. Nandalal. All of these land cases where you got people in court trying to get back the land, you got time to write stupidness on Facebook. Seriously? Seriously? Come on. Come on. You got time for write stupidness? You don't get somebody land for take back? Are you sure? This is exactly why you ain't had time to deal with Jack Dio case. Because you got time for write stupidness on Facebook. That's why you make Jack Dio got pay $20 million to add Ferguson. Because instead of doing what you're supposed to do it, you're the writing stupidness on Facebook. Oh boy, it was good, folks. It was good this afternoon. I want to thank you very much for being a part of the show. And thank you very much to the PvP trolls who are here listening. We're happy that you're listening. We're happy that you're here, and we're happy that you'll go now and spread the gospel. Right? It's a great commission I'm giving you now this afternoon, PvP trolls on the page. Go and spread the good gospel of the afternoon rush. Let your friends and family know, right? And create believers. It's a great commission. Thank you very much for being a part of the show this afternoon. I hope that you have a wonderful day. A wonderful day. The rest of your evening. Join us, and don't forget our show, our page will be live all evening, right? Across the wave, Sharon Duncan, and then we'll be running Mark Benchop's show later down at 9. So you have content all evening for you to consider, right? So don't go anywhere, Trenchies. Stay right there, right? Enjoy the rest of your evening. Let's work together, folks. Let's work together for national development. That's what we should be doing. Working together for national development. Instead of writing stupidness on Facebook like Dharamlall and Anil, let's work together for national development, right? Enjoy the rest of your evening, folks.